Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Sean Day.
So, blessed love and blessed night. This Coach Fire for Real Life Boxing, man. We streaming this fight. ERISLANDY Lara versus Brian Castano. Right now we got Luis Ortiz versus Christian Hammer.
Wearing blue trunks with red and yellow trim, fighting out of Hamburg, Germany.
It's going down.
Romania.
Let's get it.
257.5 pounds. His record stands at 24 wins, 5 losses, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making his U.S. debut. Please welcome the two-time European champion and WBO number 12 ranked heavyweight contender, introducing Christian Hammer. His opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Camagüey, Cuba. He weighed in at 238 3/4 pounds, with a record of 30 wins, 1 loss, 2 no decisions, with 26 big wins coming by way of knockout.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all smash on that like button as y'all come in here.
Please welcome the popular, hard-hitting former world title challenger, introducing Luis King Kong Ortiz. Referee in charge, Sean Day, now to give instructions.
Step up. Christian, step up. Right here. Right here. Step up, baby. Step up. Right here. Okay. Estou está bien. Espero una pelea limpia. Obedece mis instrucciones a todos los tiempos. Protégese a todos los tiempos. Llegaré al mejor. Buena suerte. This is all good, okay? Obey the commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. And I call for the break in your food. Let's go.
10-year referee Sade Murda working his 210th professional fight, a 10-round affair in the heavyweight division. The bell in round 1, Luis Ortiz in the white with gold, Christian Hammer in the blue with red and yellow, and immediately the southpaw Ortiz putting that tried and true Cuban school of boxing to work out with a multiple jab.
Yeah, and he jabs, he actually throws 35 jabs per round. He only lands 5, but he uses it as a rangefinder to land that straight left hand.
And y'all make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come in.
Regardless of the fact that whether it's landing or not.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Ortiz turns 40 March 29th. Only Big George Foreman was known for his jolting jab. Has won a title, heavyweight title in his 40s. He was 45 on Harris. Yeah, Hammer and Ortiz exchanging thunder early.
Hammer, you know, part of his issue frequently when he steps up in class is he doesn't throw a lot of punches. In his fights, he's been averaging about 24 punches per round. That's 22 less than even the heavyweight average. So he's going to need to be busier in this fight.
Hammer trying to parry that jab as they come close, and Hammer wanting to punch out before they grapple in the clinch. 3 of 5 losses by Hammer have come via knockout to Roberto Gregor, Marius Vaca, and Tyson Fury. There's a combination that lands through the guard for Luis Ortiz, midpoint of round 1.
So, you know, Hammer ain't going to be moving much. He's standing right in front of Luis Ortiz. But he's trying to beef.
He has a decent jab. He just doesn't use it very often.
And against a southpaw, it's going to probably be even harder to use it for him.
Yeah.
Especially against a jabbing southpaw himself, Ortiz is looking to always dominate the battle of the jabs in his fights.
Ortiz, last 14 of his 15 wins have come via form of knockout. He has scored at least 1 knockdown in 13 of his 14 most recent fights. 22 knockdowns total.
Yeah, he's a power guy.
Under a minute left in the first frame. Hammer nonplussed by Ortiz, a reputation, showed some personality in the fighter meeting, guys.
Yeah, he told us, he said, I don't know what's so scary. And he said, I don't even think...
So Luis Ortiz is on Team Snack.
Good
No wonder he keep getting busted for them goddamn steroids.
There's a right hand by Hammer.
Hammer's been trying to launch that right now. You know, Ortiz caught her on the glove there, but there it is again. He's been letting it go. He hasn't been shy about letting go of the right hands tonight. At least in this first round.
Yeah, Hammer has 2 first-round knockouts.
He landed that punch against Wallace in his last fight a lot.
Yeah, Ortiz has 7 first-round KOs, and both of them look to escape the first round. But they have definitely tested the waters with their power.
We'll take a look at the keys to victory, and we'll begin with Luis Ortiz. They want him to take his time. They want a knockout in this fight, but they want him to box effectively. He kind of did that in round 1. Work the body. A third of the punches he lands are normally to the body, so they want him to go downstairs against this fighter who gives an ample target there. And the straight left hand should be a big weapon in this fight, even though he's also got a good right hook.
He's not sitting down like Big George.
No lulls. I pointed out in the first round about how
neither one of them are sitting down.
Doesn't punch much. Can't afford to do that in this fight. Hands up. He did have his hands up. You've got to protect yourself from the big power of Ortiz. And we talked about the right hand. Paulie did and I did in round number 1. That's his ticket to an upset victory.
And both Hammer and Ortiz said, stools? We don't need no stinking stools. They both stood in their respective
they both stood up,
waiting for round 2. Hammer fighting his first pure southpaw in 7 years. And remember, Ortiz telling us that, yeah, he knows Hammer's durable. Went 12-round distance with Povetkin, but Ortiz was quick to say he's not Povetkin, and Hammer will not be going the distance with him. And Ortiz, knees buckled, another left hook that lands.
Hammer buckled Ortiz.
Shook Ortiz with his power, but Ortiz did not go down.
Big right to the body started that sequence.
And another right hand through the guard, so Hammer wanting to lower the hammer on Ortiz here in round 2.
And Ortiz's glove did touch the ground, but Shade Murdoch must have ruled it a slip.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to see the replay because when it's from a body shot, usually you don't go down that way. We may have been a bit off balance, but I definitely love to see the replay.
Unless it's a liver shot.
Yeah, well, liver shot usually
the delayed reaction.
Yes, exactly. You'll usually get a delayed reaction. You won't go down right away.
There's a shot to the body by Ortiz.
Hammer don't like that when Luis Ortiz goes to the body.
He can't just walk right in and throw a million punches, but he's got to take advantage of that.
Ortiz has been officially down 4 times, including 3 times against Deontay Wilder, and these 2 big boys are chucking leather here in the second round, and Hammer giving as good as he's getting.
Yeah, this is creating an interesting fight, that's for sure.
Midpoint of the second stanza. Ortiz camp again, as Al alluded to it, wanted to showcase more of his boxing skills, but Hammer wants to make this a brawl, it seems, when he puts the pedal to the metal, as Paulie mentioned, doesn't always follow up. And here we go back to pawing at Ortiz's jab, straight left hand to the midsection by Ortiz, left hook upstairs, but then Hammer tasted Ortiz power with the left, backs to the ropes.
It's an entertaining fight so far.
Hammer in his sights. Entertaining stuff here in round 2.
Gotta give him a look like, okay.
Hey, Hammer's a veteran. He's got a good amount of amateur experience. So the former amateur junior world champion. So, you know, he's calm. Even on the fighter, he's a guy who knows how to stay calm.
31-year-old who's 24-5 as a pro with 14 knockout victories. The jab on display from Ortiz, but Hammer swinging wildly, and Ortiz just missed with that counter left down the middle.
They're countering the wide right hand of Hammer, so trying to make Hammer leery.
Oh, body shot by Ortiz.
Yeah, nice. Hammer don't like them body shots.
Hammer the fires back a right hand.
They beefing. It's a good fight. Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in this motherfucker. Damn it.
Who's going to be the last man standing?
Hey, both guys enthusiastic about this fight.
Good fight.
Well, to give Paulie Malignaggi his wish, we are going to look at what happened early in that round. And
oh, that was already afterwards.
That was after, but it looked like the glove did touch the
but
mat.
I want to see what caused it, though. I mean,
Right.
that could have been a slip. That could have been anything. I want to see what he got hit with right before that. Why is his glove touching the ground? Like, that's not going to tell me anything. Like, I want to know why his glove's touching the ground.
There it is, and we will get a chance to see some of the action.
Paulie's a savage on the commentary.
Later in the action.
Paulie said, y'all just show him touching the ground. Y'all didn't show what caused it.
By Ortiz, and that really shook up Hammer.
Hammer doesn't know whether to wince or smile.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This is round 3, scheduled for 10 in the heavyweight division. Luis Ortiz, who has been avoided like anthrax. Christian Hammer saying, hey, I'll come to America for the first time and take on the so-called boogeyman. And here he is in round 3.
And in that sequence, they had banged heads prior to that, as well as the right hand landing by...
Come on, Showtime. This goddamn stream.
Like that. But there was definitely some punches landed as well by Hammer. And we'll see if he can land something significant here, because Ortiz certainly hurt him toward the end of that last round.
Ortiz with the jab. High guard by Hammer. Trying to parry the jab, but not cocking that right hand for a counter shot of his own as Ortiz goes
another good body shot.
Right hand, and then again that sharp jab, and finally Hammer comes inside, but he gets tagged.
This is Ortiz boxing a little bit more. They want to see that from him. And
Hammer taking deep breaths, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise when they expend that kind of energy at heavyweight, weighing in at 257.5 pounds.
Look at the body shots that have been landed, and you see Ortiz with a big edge, and more than that, and that was in one of our keys. It was important for Ortiz to do that, and more important, he's landed some body punches that have stunned and hurt Hammer.
Wants to keep that lead foot to the outside and give a clear pathway to the public enemy of the southpaw, that right hand down the middle, and now it's as if Hammer wants to bait Ortiz in, and there is that right hand. A minute left in the third.
Good jab, and Ortiz has gotten back on that jab this round. It's probably smart, you know, we're starting to chuck too many power shots, and it becomes a risky situation. We're probably going to have to control the power by shooting it behind the jab.
Yep.
Most people aren't smiling when they're in the ring with Luis Ortiz, but Hammer sported a smile before he gets tagged again with the jab, and Ortiz annoying Hammer with that stick.
And Hammer doing a lot of talking and trying to do some bravado.
Below the belt, and referee warning Hammer.
Hammer's right hand can get there. You know, he's landed some nice rights.
Brings it down like a hammer.
Yes. As opposed to being in the nail, which some people talked about.
Were you referring to the opening of the telecast?
I was, yes.
The Upmakers. Final seconds of the third. And they're going hammer and tongue in this heavyweight affair as we go to the 4th round.
Hammer has no intentions of being a nail tonight.
If we make one more analogy, I'm leaving.
Well, I might want to get hammered with you after the show.
There you go.
Nice round, nice round. It was a better round, it was a better round.
Motherfucker became hammered during the show.
Just keep going. It's starting in the body. You keep getting in the body. On the bottom. He's soft, so keep getting in there. But don't keep it on line with his punches. Don't attack him when you're on the line.
We're going to revisit that moment in round 2 where Ortiz's glove may have hit, and here's what kind of caused it. They were in bang, their heads bang, and that is where Ortiz then goes down, and we saw the glove touch. And then we'll revisit this moment where the glove did touch. It was from a clash of heads. Prior to all that, Hammer Hammer had landed a good punch. Now in this round, here's Ortiz winding up with a big left hand and getting it around the guard of Christian Hammer,
who also responded with a smile.
Again, as always.
Round number 4 scheduled for 10 in the heavyweight division. Luis Ortiz and Christian Hammer. Ortiz again looking to establish the jab from the southpaw stance.
And credit to Shadi Murdoch for not calling that a knockdown, having the guys right in front there, and you know, recognizing that it was not a knockdown despite the glove touching the ground.
Very good point. You know, Hammer was 7-3 in his first 10 pro fights, but he's been 17-2 since. And he's coming in here with a little momentum off his win over Michael Wallish, an undefeated fighter, and he's hoping.
Uppercut on the inside. Hammer smiles again, but that's an acknowledgement that he got hurt.
Hammer just missed that counter right hand.
And he just missed with that sweeping left hook. Right hand to the upper body by Hammer.
Look at the power punch. Now, this is everything other than jabs, and you can see it's pretty close. Ortiz, though, has had the edge in the jab, and that was probably a reason why he might be ahead.
Yeah. Good fight. Good round. But you have to be careful. Kicking. Very nice. Very nice. Stay stable. You have to close the middle. Don't stay. You have to move.
Well, Ortiz did some very work in that last round. Against the ropes, there's the uppercut by Ortiz, and that's the kind of punch that knocks people down for Luis Ortiz. And we mentioned 13 knockdowns in the last 14 fights. Then later in the round, the body work, which has been so good for Ortiz. And, you know, the thing about Ortiz is...
I do apologize about that.
A creative offense, and you saw it there. That's, you know, he's not some lumbering heavyweight that's just looking for one power shot.
Well placed, the combination both upstairs, downstairs to the body. This is round 5, scheduled for 10. Double jab by Ortiz, wanting to momentarily blind Christian Hammer.
Ortiz had an 8-week training camp for this fight. He just took 3 weeks off after his win over Travis Kaufman that we had here on Showtime.
5th fight in like 15 months for I mean, by today's standards, this guy's Henry Armstrong now.
Well put. 3 weeks off and they went right into his 8-week training camp. So,
nice combination by Ortiz, backing Hammer to the ropes. And again, Hammer getting hammered by Ortiz upstairs, double jab. And now Ortiz putting on a boxing clinic. Hammer trying to find the target with his right hand, misses with a right uppercut.
Ortiz now starting to follow up the attacks more and more, being more consistent.
And Hammer's kind of been reduced to looking for the one big counter punch.
And he showed a tell there, wanting to throw that right hand, and there clips Ortiz. Christian Hammer, as advertised, proving to be durable. Has taken some quality shots and has delivered some quality shots.
That's the thing. It's not that he's been wildly active, but he has been offensive-minded enough to... And look, Ortiz with a bloody nose now.
And Ortiz wanting to get into his Muhammad Ali routine with a little shuffle, a little backpedaling, and wanting to put the sweet science on display. Hammer wants to turn it into a brawl. Now throws a right hand, and Ortiz on his back foot. And Ortiz now leaking from the nose, and he gets another right hand off his nose, and a little histrionics on the part of Ortiz.
He's sick of all the smiling Hammer did.
I gotta go back to my MMA playbook. Remember what happened when Anderson Silva did that to Chris Weidman. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, that was the ultimate example.
We've seen that in boxing too.
Yes.
Robbie Keaton did that to Nate Campbell, I remember.
45 seconds left in the 5th.
Well, this has been entertaining, and it's been entertaining because Ortiz has done better offensive work, but Hammer has had his moments.
Ortiz spitting out blood.
One good bloody nose deserves another, I guess.
Oh, another right hand that lands for Hammer. Hammer cornered. Ortiz with the right uppercut on the inside that scores. And back in the center of the ring, final 15 seconds of the 5th frame. Jab, counter right hand by Hammer. Wow!
Hammer's getting in some right hands. He's losing these rounds, but he is getting some right hands in.
Okay, nice and calm, nice and calm.
Let me get a wrap around the head.
Breathe nice and deep. It's okay. We're okay. It's nothing. It's a little blood. That's all. You're okay.
Good fight. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come in.
Pretty eventful round number 5. First, it was Ortiz with the jab and the straight left hand, showing us good technique in his boxing ability, and then a right hand lands by Hammer, kind of a wild punch right to the nose, and you see Ortiz dabbing at that nose, and then later on, Ortiz doing some histrionics, kind of a repayment to Hammer for some of his drama earlier.
Now, guys, we mentioned Luis Ortiz turns 40 later this year. You know, in boxing, you can turn old overnight, not taking anything away from Christian Hammer.
Right.
But is there some concern for what we are seeing out of this fight because of what Luis Ortiz has done in his past?
Well, you know, it's interesting. He's winning probably most every round, Ortiz, but you get the feeling that he's a little vulnerable, and that's a question. And this fight is going to be moving on into these later rounds, so that's a very good point you're raising, Lara.
Good counter left hand by Ortiz, and Paulie, you can play devil's advocate if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to keep in mind, Hammer may not have the big professional wins, but he's a guy who is a professional fighter.
Yep.
The 100 amateur fights, as you mentioned before. We were talking yesterday. He's a former amateur world amateur champion in the juniors in the 17, 18-year-old division age group, which is it's a tough age group to win the world's at. So this guy came, not kid, he's a man now, but this guy came into this fight with a hefty amount of experience, and he knows how to move himself around in the ring and not just survive, but also get back.
Well, you look at the records past 5, and Ortiz even more effective than Hammer, but they both have a lot of experience going deep into fights.
Hammer being backed up again by the jab of Ortiz. Midway point of round number 6. Double jab. Got Hammer off balance. Ortiz goes downstairs to the body. Now Hammer beginning to, well, showcase some negative body language here.
Those body shots.
Those body shots are taking their toll, and yet he comes right back with a right hand.
He does not like those body shots.
Left uppercut to the midriff by Ortiz.
All right, let's keep
Left
digging
hook
to
to the
that
body
body.
by Ortiz. Nice exchanges. We bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farr. Steve, how do you have it after 5 rounds?
Couple of close rounds, Mo, but I have it 50-45, 5 rounds to zip for Ortiz. Hammer only one at a time when he lands that right hand. Ortiz, during the lulls, is landing the jab. That's winning him some points as well. So I have Ortiz winning every round.
And even if Hammer's losing every round, he's putting himself well here.
Right. It's hard to argue with Steve's scoring, but it's still been entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve has a good point where, it's been Ortiz who's been consistent because he's balanced and he's able to put punches behind some of his combinations and control with the jab.
Ortiz has Hammer cornered, and Hammer looking the referee instead of keeping his focus on these shots from the heavy hitter Ortiz. The jab counter right to the body by Hammer, but it's single shot. Hammer pot shotting while Ortiz is utilizing the sweet science.
And the reason it's single shot is because he breaks his position every time he throws a right hand. He's not balanced out.
Body shot by Hammer. Well, we're seeing one Cuban showcase his craft here in this heavyweight affair, and another Cuban is coming up in the main event. Former 154-pound belt holder ERISLANDY Lara, fresh off the 2018 Fight of the Year in that title unification fight against Jared Hurd. A razor-thin split decision loss for Lara. Went down in the 12th round, but he is ready to bounce back. He says, yeah, he's 35, but he still has plenty of fight left in him. And his opponent, well, he's younger than Lara, and he is definitely hungry. Set for his
ERISLANDY.
performance. Brian Castano wants to introduce himself to the American audience in style. The undefeated 154-pound contender, 15-0 with 11 wins via form of knockout. Lara, when it comes to fights, has twice as much experience. All right, round at number 7, and immediately Ortiz scores with a jab. As Hammer comes back with a nice combination, right uppercut, left hook behind the guard. Hammer trying to psychologically get into the mind of Ortiz, while Ortiz would like to bore into Hammer's mind with his jab.
That was eloquently put. You know, Herman...
if you guys are in here smashing that like button, man, it's a pretty good fight. Luis Ortiz versus Christian Hammer.
He landed something important.
7th round.
Hammer, that Hammer would kind of go into a complete shell. That hasn't happened. Hammer has still continued to attack when he can.
Wally, you're appreciating the jab of Luis Ortiz, I take it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what's controlling the in-between combinations and the in-between power exchanges. As Steve Farley said, that's probably been what has been a big difference in the rounds. A lot of times they're landing good power shots, but Ortiz controls the in-between those combinations with a nice jab, like he is right now.
We have reached the halfway mark of the 7th round. The referee continues to warn the fighters about their head clashes. Kind of de rigueur when it comes to an orthodox versus southpaw situation, and some body work on the behalf of both fighters.
Ortiz moving a little bit more in this round too, showing us they talked about, Castano talked about in training, sparring, how they see really nice boxing out of Ortiz, and he's capable of that.
And when you couple that with murderous punching power, Al, that usually leads to maybe being one of the more avoided fighters in your division.
Well, and he's certainly one of the top 4 heavyweights, that's for sure.
Final minute of the 7th. How does Hammer get past that jab, Paulie?
Well, first of all, they say you can jab with a jabber, you don't hook with a hooker, so he's got to start using some of his jab back. But
yes,
again, most right-handers seem to have problems against trying to jab against left-handers. And Ortiz makes it all the more difficult when he changes range the way he is right now, and also he's had a very good jab, despite it being a southpaw jab.
Yeah, Ortiz is very good with the jab as a southpaw.
Pace has slowed down a bit here in the 7th round as Ortiz schooling Hammer with the jab.
Hammer at times does try to time the jab with the right hand. He's got to let go of that counter right hand.
We are through 7 rounds at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The heavyweights continue to go at it. Well, we hope you're enjoying tonight's action, and here's a way for you to never miss a fight with Showtime's calendar alerts.
So pretty good fight so far. Luis Ortiz is winning the fight, but Hammer is putting up a good fight. He's throwing bombs, you know what I mean? So he's still in the fight. He's keeping himself in the fight. Both of them's nose is bleeding, so pretty good fight.
Keep boxing, keep boxing. I want to see the same rhythm and keep using the jab. And downstairs, he's soft downstairs. Take advantage of that.
Round number 8. Luis Ortiz, former heavyweight title challenger, against Romanian-born, German-based Christian Hammer, acquitting himself well in his American debut. Could be getting shut out on the scorecards, but giving Ortiz a few looks, but I'm sure his corner would like to see an uptick in his offensive output out.
Yeah, he's only thrown 277 punches in this fight, and you know, he's just got to do more. And I mentioned coming in, he only averages about 24 punches around, and that's his Achilles heel. When he's in against C+ level fighters or B- level fighters, he's more active. Against these upper echelon fighters, it's harder for him to be active.
And how active have these two heavyweights been past the 7th round?
Yeah, you see how they are past this point. When they go the full 12, Hammer is 2-1 and Ortiz is 1-0.
Of course, the lone loss past 7 for Ortiz. The only blemish on his otherwise sterling record against Deontay Wilder in what was one of the best scraps of 2018. Hard to believe tomorrow marks the 1-year anniversary of that thriller.
Yeah,
how time flies.
Yes, it sure does. That was an exciting night here at this venue. Hammer trying to get off first with that right hand now, and that's going to be important for him.
A rare look at Ortiz's left hand, the left uppercut, as the last 2 rounds has kind of put the left on mute a bit.
Yeah, that's true. They bang heads there. No time off for anybody.
Now it's, again, impressive to see the jab, but a puncher like Ortiz, you want to see that left hand follow it, and now the left cross, but there's a right hand to the body by Hammer.
Another low blow. You know, the left is so low for Ortiz, you can feel like Hammer's desperate to throw that right hand, but hasn't been able to get it in.
You wonder if it's
jabs in the left hand.
Ortiz, 2 and 3 jabs.
Again, Ortiz said a victory wouldn't be enough. He needs to make an explosive statement. He said he needs to stop Hammer in impressive fashion to remain in the hunt for another title opportunity. And with the lay of the land the way it is now in the heavyweight division, you would think Ortiz would try to make the most of what's happening.
You know, this might be a small thing, but this is the first round, I think, in this fight, in which they have almost thrown exactly the same number of punches, 39 for Ortiz and 38 for Hammer. And so that's kind of a sign that Ortiz is slowing down a little bit. This might be the first round Hammer has a chance to win in this fight.
And Hammer backing up. Coming up on our main event, undefeated Brian Castano is ready for his close-up. Here's Jim Gray.
All right, thanks so much. Felix De Jesus will translate for Brian. Brian, Lara is a very defensive fighter. He's known to frustrate his opponents because of his style. How do you keep your patience?
Realmente sí, Lara es un boxeador ofensivo, fue elusivo, así que nada, trabajamos duro para esta pelea y esta noche vamos a dejar todo.
No, definitely, he's a defensive fighter, an elusive fighter, but we've worked hard.
Can Lara stop this guy?
You've won more than 180 amateur fights, including beating Errol Spence. Do you feel as though now, even it's much, much different in the pros, that this is your chance to make this a showing and kind of your coming out party?
Ha ganado más de 180 peleas amateur, le ganaste a Errol Spence. ¿Piensas que esta va a ser tu apertura aquí en los Estados Unidos?
Seguro, seguro. Esta es la pelea que esperé toda la vida, así que nada, después de esta viene mi era y estamos preparados para todos.
This is the fight I've been waiting for, and after this fight, it's going to be like a trampoline, waiting for more big fights.
Brian, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the fight.
Thank you so much.
All right, back out to you all.
I was earlier tonight, Jim Gray talking with the undefeated Argentine Brian Castano, set to put his undefeated record on the line against his toughest test, ERISLANDY Lara, in our main event tonight at 154. But Hammer scoring with the jab here to begin the penultimate round of this 10-round heavyweight contest. Double jab to the body by Ortiz, and there's a straight left hand, overhand left that scored, and Hammer with the histrionics. And Hammer comes forward with a right hand.
Hammer's a stubborn guy. Yes. Prideful.
When you look at the Romanian boxing heritage, people like Adrian Diaconu, Lucien Bute, unofficial scorer Steve Farhood, did indeed give Christian Hammer round 8, the only round he has scored for the Romanian.
Nice right by Hammer. He has nothing to lose now. He needs to get that punch and throw it. obviously, he's probably way behind on this judge's scorecard, so he's got a knockout is probably his only ticket to a win. He's actually having a pretty good run.
And this is the sport, and this is the division where one punch can change the entire complexion of a fight. Minute 15 left in the ninth. Jab lands for Hammer.
I like Hammer. He fainted there, and then the jab and tried to get the right hand in.
I like to see him try a left hook. You know, he's got Ortiz moving that way and that way, and he's so close to it.
It's a good point.
And a left hook would almost surprise Ortiz right now.
I agree.
Look how close they are. He can land it.
Yeah.
That's at that close range.
Jab, there's a counter left hook on cue. Mr. Malagnan,
He heard you.
A little check hook there.
Yep. 45 seconds left in the round. And Ortiz has definitely put that left hand in hibernation for the most part. Jab. Double, triple jab by Ortiz, and there's a left hand by Ortiz, but the right cross by Hammer. So these bursts of offensive energy. Again, Ortiz utilizing the jab. Counters with the jab as Hammer again missed with the wide right, and there's an overhand right by Hammer. 10th and final round, straight ahead.
Hammer is gas, man. Ortiz just needs to keep going to the body.
You make it good. Kicking. You have to concentrate. You have to stay concentrated. You are a Romanian bear. Relax.
Yo, rubbed his chest. Yo. He said, "You are a Romanian bear," and rubbed his chest like a girl. Yo.
He's going to come out like a crazy man, so be aware.
Listen to me.
Still playing with his nipples and shit. You are a Romanian bear.
Keep working. 3 more minutes. Keep working.
You know, not in his line of sight, okay?
3 minutes working. Let's go.
Felix De Jesus doing a good job as always, giving you a sense of the urgency, and the Luis Ortiz and Errol Ceylon doing the German translation in the Hammer corner. So 10th and final round, sense of urgency from both fighters. And again, Ortiz in his last fight, you'll recall, scoring a 10th round stoppage win over Travis Kaufman. He brings his power with him into the deepest portions of the fight.
You know, and this number really surprises me as we look at Steve Farhood scoring, and clearly he has Ortiz ahead, though Hammer has made strides here in his last couple rounds.
Oh, nice right hook by Ortiz.
Ortiz has averaged 44 jabs per round thrown. He normally averages 35, which is a lot. So he has used that punch a lot tonight.
Right cross counter connects for Hammer. As Ortiz again digging away at the body, then going upstairs, misses with the double jab. Lead right hand scores for Hammer. Then he flashes out the jab.
See, there's the jab of Hammer. It is interesting. He doesn't have a bad jab, and I really think, even though it's hard to do it against lefty, he should have tried it more tonight.
Ramrod jab from Ortiz. Left hook, but there's a sweeping left hook that misses, and again, volley. Ortiz doubling and tripling up with the jab, but not following up with the left.
Well, they did tell him in the corner, don't stay in the line of sight. Don't, basically attack him at angles. I think they realize Hammer is still a live guy, so, you're going to win this fight. Don't get yourself knocked out by trying too hard in the last round, and that's what I think Ortiz is probably trying to do. He's not trying to take too many risks. Trying to establish distance. I agree. Trying to establish distance with the jab, and if you can get a left hand off, get it off. If not, continue to jab. It's up to Hammer to throw the big shots right now, because he's probably the one that needs a knockout.
Ortiz continues to batter the body of Christian Hammer. Final 60 seconds of this heavyweight affair. Ortiz continues to go to the body. Hammer taking all kinds of blows here. Takes a deep breath. Hammer with the counter left, there's a jab, and now Luis Ortiz wants to close the show in style, beginning to put the pedal the metal hammer, though, with the right hand to the body of his own. And while Hammer's been stopped 3 times in his career, he's less than 30 seconds away from surviving Luis Ortiz. And Hammer coming forward. Again, they're going to be in danger, clashing hands. There's a right hand by Hammer, jab by Ortiz. Luis Ortiz hears the signal for less than 10 seconds. Is he going to try to land the last shot? They exchange, but we're going to the judges' scorecards.
Good fight. Solid fight. Very solid fight.
In December 2017, Hammer went the 12-round distance with former heavyweight titleist Alexander Povetkin, losing that fight. He's 8-2 coming into this fight, and Luis Ortiz, well, his knockout streak ends at 2 fights, forced to go the 10-round distance against the durable Hammer.
And let's go inside the ropes and revisit a couple of things in this fight. Remember, at the beginning, we talked about a couple of things in the keys to victory. One was body work. And we see Ortiz going downstairs, not just with the right hook, but the left hand as well. And then there's the left hand up top that he landed. And we mentioned his creative offense, including an uppercut. The straight left hand, which was another one of the keys to victory that we talked about, was very important. So kind of a mixture of those two things as we look at him working the body and landing that left hand upstairs. And it was a very consistent effort by Luis Ortiz in pounding out what we think will be a decision win for him.
And there his daughter, Liz Mercedes, as we look at the show stats for this 10-round heavyweight contest.
Ortiz busier. Look at the jabs thrown. That's a lot of jabs, and it helped set up those powerful left hands to both the body and the head.
Great sign of sportsmanship and respect there between the two gladiators as we await the official decision. And that's what Luis Ortiz fights for. That's what he puts himself through in the gym at almost 40 years of age. That girl right there as we go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official decision.
He's sweating all over. He's just sweating all over.
10 rounds of action.
Luis Ortiz brought his little daughter in the ring with him.
Unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Joseph Pascual, scores about 100 to 90. And judges Waleska Roldan and John Basili both scored about 99 to 91. All three in favor of the winner, Luis King Kong Ortiz.
An early 40th birthday present for Luis Ortiz, improving to 31-1 with 2 no decisions as he defeats Christian Hammer via comfortable unanimous decision. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much. Felix de Jesus will translate for us. Luis, how would you assess your performance this evening?
¿Cómo tuvo la pelea? ¿Cómo tú dices que fue tu actuación esta noche?
No fue lo que para mí yo esperaba. Hubo del equipo que trabajar y trabajar y trabajar y trabajar. Lo mismo que hicimos la vez anterior, la pelea con Cosma, era de buscar resistencia para encontrar un poco más difícil.
It wasn't what I was expecting. It was a hard fight, and my corner did really have to work hard with me to tell me what to do during this fight, but it was a hard fight.
Did you hurt your left hand in about the 5th or 6th round because you seem to be throwing the right jab consistently through the later rounds and not using it much? Did you hurt your left hand?
En el quinto sexto asalto no comenzaste a usar mucho la mano izquierda. ¿Te adolorido o algo? ¿Tuvo un problemita con él?
Eso pasa en el boxeo. No me calenté hasta que cogí el ritmo.
Yeah, after I got the rhythm, I heated up a little bit, but no, there was no problem with the hand.
You're going to be 40 years old at the end of this month. Did you feel it this evening?
Tú vas a tener 40 años después de este mes. ¿Lo sentiste en el día de hoy?
No, Eso es para que every heavyweight se den cuenta que King Kong está listo todavía.
No, that's so every heavyweight out there could know that I'm still ready at 40.
Por Joshua, Wilder, que yo estoy listo.
That Joshua Wilder, I'm ready.
Chicano Blues, salute, my man.
So you're not disappointed in not
I see Lara do it. I like Lara.
No me decepcioné. Hice un trabajo que hacía años no lo hacía, de trabajar y trabajar.
No, I did a job that I haven't done for years, which is box and work and all that. So I'm not disappointed that I didn't knock him out.
Every people saben lo que yo doy aquí arriba del ring y cuando hay que echar candela yo la voy a echar.
Well, we have to hit heat. We'll give heat. But right now, I showed some of the boxing skills tonight.
Luis, good luck. Good luck to your daughter. And thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Suerte a ti, suerte a tu hija.
Eso es más grande. Hoy he tenido una bendición grande de tener al doctor Maricois de la Universidad de Stanford aquí a mi lado y el trofeo que me dio la gente de la IBT, la enfermedad de mi hija.
That's the biggest reason tonight, that the doctors are here for my little girl to see what's going to happen, and also the doctors and the certificate they gave me to the IBT.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Hey, King Kong, I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Mauro, back to you.
All right, the Cuban School of Boxing on display as Luis Ortiz wins his third straight fight. And again, the real fight is to find a cure for his daughter's rare skin disorder. She is his inspiration. She is his motivation. Let's go back to Brian Custer.
All right, thanks, Mo. Yeah, that's the main reason why he fights. We certainly wish the Ortiz family well as they look to find a cure for his little girl. And, of course, he still fights to try to get a world title shot. Our main event, ERISLANDY Lara taking on Brian Castano for Castano's version of the WBA Super Welterweight Championship. Now, ERISLANDY Lara was a dominant figure in this Super Welterweight division for nearly 4 years, holding the WBA title from 2014 until early 2018. Now, last April, Lara met IBF champion Jarrett Hurd to unify the titles and prove who's the best at 154 pounds. Well, the fight was a slugfest, and when all was settled, it was named the 2018 Fight of the Year.
So how are they fighting for the WBA title if Hurd beat him for the WBA title?
A title fight in his career.
They could just be making titles up.
Touch him up.
And here we go.
Una pelea fuertísima.
The fight was hard and bloody due to his weight and size. It was not called the fight of the year.
Una pelea por gusto no quedó la pelea del año.
A big left hand from Lara.
Esa fue una gran pelea esa noche.
You see there? He can land punches.
There's a nice uppercut with the left hand.
Ahí le mostré también al público y a los fanáticos que dice pelear también en la corta distancia.
He's more disciplined.
Hurd opening up 4 or 5 punches, all unanswered. Wow.
Sinceramente no sentí los golpes, lo único que sentí fue la presión y el peso del cuerpo encima, que era demasiado.
What an amazing fight.
Hurd with a big right hand, now blood from the eye. Inside a minute remaining. Combination for Hurd and down goes Lara.
Down goes
sí,
Lara.
Claro, sí, fue me dio un golpe ya terminándose, faltando 30 segundos. Me caí, esperé que me montaran el labio, esperé el conteo hasta 7 y ahí me levanté recuperado y cuando él vino a tratar de eliminar la pelea, yo le respondí más fuerte y gané el round.
Another combination from Lara.
Porque los árbitros no me dieron vencedor en esa pelea, me dieron ganador. Sí, no me sentí contento porque me quitaron los cinturones, los títulos que yo tenía por mucho tiempo. Pero yo creo que a pesar de no ser el americano latino aquí, nacido aquí, creo creo que tuve el problema ese de no ser latino, no ser. Claro, estoy muy contento por estar de regreso aquí, va a ser mi tercera pelea de título aquí en Bobby Center, Brooklyn. Sí, estoy contento.
He likes fighting in Brooklyn. He said he likes fighting in Brooklyn.
El 2 de marzo y recoger mi título para atrás. Eso es lo que.
Jarrett Hunter, I know, man, too many belts. How he beat Lara beat him for the 154-pound WBA title, but now he's fighting this guy for 154-pound WBA title. Like, the fuck?
You know, after that tough loss to Jarrett Hurd, ERISLANDY Lara really cannot afford another loss. And tonight's opponent, Brian Castano, he needs to take advantage of this opportunity or fall to the back of the line at 154 pounds.
Oh, that must be the. Is that a regular? That must be a regular belt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That must be. Because the WBA has the super, the regular, and then the super. Yeah. So this must be the regular.
You take a look at these highlights here. You knocked him down 4 times. You stopped him in the.
No, the WBC got mad tight. The WBC be creating. They be creating belts for every event. Like they creating a belt for Daniel Jacobs and Canelo, the Mayan belt. They motherfuckers be making up shit.
You know, I had a little setback, but you know, being the first one to stop E.J. Smith, I feel like, you know, the world's back on notice that the hammer's back.
Well, you talked about that setback. It was
Lubin looked like he weighed about 200 pounds.
To Jermell Charlo, and that was about 1.5 years ago. And I know hindsight's 20/20, but when you look back on it, do you say maybe I took that title shot too soon?
I don't think
It's
so.
way too many belts, man. Can't keep track of them shits. Everybody's a champion.
You know, it's boxing, and I made a mistake in the ring, and I paid for it. So, you know, I'm definitely looking to make a bigger comeback and eventually rematch Charlo.
I want you to take a look at some of the top contenders, the title holders at 154 pounds. You look at the top contenders: Kell Brook, former champion; Jermell Charlo, former champion; yourself, ERISLANDY Lara, who's fighting here tonight. You have Julian J. Rock Williams, and then, of course, the title holders at 154 pounds as well. Castano, who's fighting tonight; Tony Harrison, newly crowned; Jarrett Hurd, and Munguia. Where do you see Erickson Lubin?
No, because Errol Spence is the IBF champ.
Like, you know, I just had to fight with E.J. Smith, and I put myself right back in the line.
Exactly.
You know, I'm back in the mix, and I feel like, you know, I'll be
exactly. The promoters won't let the best fight make exactly.
Okay, sure.
And the fighter's not worried about it because they getting belts created for
I'll
them.
be back in the summer. I don't have a specific date, but for sure, summertime I'll be back. It's hammer time.
I can't let you go without getting
Hammer Lubin.
Castano, who wins and why?
It's a draw, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, it's a draw, in my opinion. I think Castano, he has relentless pressure. We're going to see if Father Time's taking a toll on Lara.
He's the hammer. Erickson Lubin says he'll be back in the ring in the summer. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, man.
All right, best of luck to you, my brother. Well, it is time for our main event, the WBA Super Welterweight title fight. ERISLANDY Lara taking on Brian Castano. Let's go back ringside. Here's Mo.
Yeah, they're trying to create one for Mikey and Errol Spence.
The feature attraction, and it will feature the man who was the longest reigning 154-pound titleist before he ran into Jarrett Hurd in last year's Fight of the Year. ERISLANDY Lara, 35, looking for one last run at the top of the division. He welcomes Brian Castano. Castano undefeated from Argentina. He wants this to be his coming out party. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please, as we pause for a solemn moment at this time as we recognize yesterday's passing of boxing great, former featherweight world champion from Panama, Eusebio Pedrosa. An international boxing Hall of Famer, he was truly one of the greatest featherweights of all time. Having held his title for 7 years and making 19 defenses of his WBA title. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to rise and please remain silent as our timekeeper tolls 10 in honor of the fallen Eusebio Pedrosa.
Yeah, Sean Porter's the WBC. He's the WBC, right? He's the WBC welter, right?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May God rest his soul.
Who, Keith Thurman? What belts does Keith Thurman still have?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for our main event of the evening. Please,
niggas just holding them shits hostage, ain't trying to fight.
To the ring. First, here is the challenger and the former super welterweight champion of the world, ERISLANDY, the American.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford's the WBO.
Lara.
ERISLANDY.
35-year-old ERISLANDY, Lara, known as the American Dream, and that's because he is living the American Dream.
That's the black one is the WBA.
Was caught the first time in 2007, was detained, was told he would never box again, was able to successfully defect in 2008.
That belt is nice too.
Made his way to Germany, where he met his wife, Judy.
I like that one.
Together they have 2 children. He left behind his mother and 2 children in Cuba, made his way all the way to the top of the 154-pound division, and now is looking for another run at 154-pound supremacy.
Yeah, the WBA is nice. I like that. Hey, that Mexican one that the WBC made for Canelo and Triple G, that shit was dope though.
ERISLANDY, the American Dream, Lara.
Oh, he snacked too? God damn.
So this will be the 3rd straight undefeated opponent that ERISLANDY Lara faces, and when you look at his resume, Paulie, an argument can be made that he should be undefeated. Although that debate.
No, David Benavidez, he's a
he lost to Canelo Alvarez.
He's a WBC super middleweight champion.
One of the worst robberies you will find lost to Paul Williams, where all 3 judges were suspended. But just talk to the level of competition he has consistently faced.
And not just like a level of competition in the ring, it's like a level of competition in life. I mean, you said he got caught trying to defect Cuba, and then
Chicano Blues.
try again.
Say racist.
The guy who has not had it easy, still has some
about to race
in Cuba, has had to take on all contenders and comers in his weight class since coming to the U.S. and turning pro, and has done that and passed with flying colors.
No, he didn't. No, they didn't strip him. It's in.
Some of them could have won either way, and some of them outright.
He's the champion in the rest.
This guy's had this longevity, as I talked about at the top of the show, and still remains relevant at the top of this debate, at or near the top of this division, is very, very impressive.
I don't think they stripped him. He's like the champion in rest, I think they call it. They didn't. I don't think they stripped him.
And now making his way to the ring, here is the current undefeated WBA super welterweight champion of the world, Brian Castano.
29-year-old Brian Castano, who has a proven record.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
His last 2 fights, his most notable victories. He traveled to France, beat 2 Frenchmen on French soil. In his last fight, he defeated Cedric Vito, dramatic 12th round TKO against another southpaw, just like he's facing tonight. Also had a 12-round split decision draw.
Was that
prior to that? So from Argentina, 15-0 with 11 victories inside the distance.
I was about to say Caleb Plant. What belt did Caleb Plant fight for the other day?
Now when you look at this matchup, Lara's been down 3 times, twice against
you see this conversation we having? There's too many fucking belts.
2 fighters are pressure fighters. Stylistically, talk about this matchup.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. Castano is a volume puncher throwing 77 punches per round. He has a really good left hook, like those 2 fighters you talked about, and he is hoping, as he gets some love from this crowd, he is hoping that his pressure can make Lara fight him, and that he can push Lara against the ropes.
It might have been the WBA. I think it was the black one.
Now, he may not be
the black belt.
the same size as Angulo and Hurd, but he does have the same size heart, and he knows how
it's too many champions, man.
It's his
For real.
entry into the elite level of competition, and he wants to be a player at 154. Let's go to the tail of the tape out.
As we look at this, the one thing that jumps out at you, and it's very important, is that reach advantage for ERISLANDY Lara. Why? He wants to box on the outside. He wants to dictate the range in this fight. He's hoping that will do it. The other number, at the age of 35, will it affect Lara after a tough fight?
once again is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York.
That's the only problem that I have with Lara, honestly. He moves around too much.
Brought to you by TGB Promotions in association with DeBella Entertainment and Showtime. We are sponsored by MGM Resorts and Brooklyn Boxing. This bout is sanctioned
That'd be a good fight, Herd and Benavidez.
Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, Supervisor Jose Oliver Gomez, along with the New York State Athletic Commission.
Herd needs to move up,
You are
man.
3 judges scoring this bout from ringside, all from the state of New York.
Dude is
from
huge.
West Nyack, Julie Letterman. From Flushing, Queens, John McKay. And from Rockville Center, Kevin Morgan. Introducing our referee in charge, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Ricky Gonzalez. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12
I don't know, man. Herd is tough. It'll be a good fight. David Benavidez is nice, though.
Attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Barclays
Herd is just
Center
tough,
in
man.
Brooklyn.
He's just tough.
It's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with red trim, fighting out of Houston, Texas by way of Guantanamo, Cuba. He weighed in at 153.
Yo, Lara kills me when he do
His
this
record
shit.
stands at 25 wins, 3 losses and 2 draws, with 14 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the WBA #2 contender. Tonight, in his 8th consecutive world title appearance, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
I know Benavidez is tough.
WBA super welterweight champion of the world.
That's why I'm saying it'll be a good fight.
ERISLANDY, the American Dream, Lara.
ERISLANDY.
Across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim, hailing from San Justo, Buenos Aires, Argentina. He weighed in at the super welterweight limit of 154 pounds even. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 15 wins, no losses, 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in his Showtime debut, he is making his 2nd world title appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated, reigning and defending WBA super welterweight
That's why I said Herd is tough, yeah.
Introducing Brian El Boxy Castano. And now referee in charge now to give instructions. Once again, here is Ricky Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he'll be able to walk through them punches at 168.
Referee Ricky Gonzalez has 15 years experience as a professional referee. This is his 264th professional fight. ERISLANDY, Lara, coming off his career-long layoff, 329 days, but hey, at 35, he could use the extra rest after the fight with Jarrett Hurd. Castano, he is ready for his American debut here on Showtime. In a feature attraction that is round number 1, and Lara in the black and red, Castano in the white and gold.
One of the important things we haven't really addressed that much is Castano, first fight out of Panama, which we've talked about, but this is a big moment. This is or Argentina, excuse me. And this is a big moment for him.
Castano saying that it's tough to define his style. He's always looking to be an explosive boxer, not necessarily a brawler, Paulie, but an explosive boxer. How do you define that?
Well, you know, he's got the amateur experience and the amateur pedigree to, you know, to not just be the wild swinging type, but you know, the explosiveness is also trying to probably say he knows how to set up the power well.
Left hand to the body by Lara.
Yeah, I misspoke about his first fight out of Argentina. Here in America, in a big setting, this is...
I think Lara already hurt this kid.
He has to rise to the occasion.
Hey, this kid is running now. Chicano Blues. Castano's running.
One thing about explosive fighters, one thing Lara knows how to do is, you know, knows how to kind of detonate, or whatever the word is when you disassemble the bomb, defuse the bomb. Yes, Lara is one of those guys that knows how to kind of defuse the explosive guys, so we'll see if he can do that tonight.
Yeah, Lara's at his best when he can bait opponents into chasing him so that he can land that powerful counter left hand. He uses that jab nicely to set up the counter left, and really his sense of timing on the 1-2 combination has proven to be impeccable as Castano going to the body, and there's that straight left down the middle through the guard of Castano by Lara. Lara again splitting the guard. And Castano has that high peekaboo guard.
Yes, and Castano's a good defensive fighter. You know, Lara is off to a quick start in terms of his volume and throwing a lot of punches.
And this is where Castano was at his best.
Castano. Got Lara against the ropes.
Shining Lara.
Good smother there by Lara.
Lara's not having it. Lara smothered him up.
Get enough leverage on those shots. Lara's going to try to keep that distance right here. He can fight at that mid-range distance and switch range from middle to outside distance. Use that reach, use those long shots, those snappy shots, and pick his spots. And more importantly than that, that'll allow him to control the pace of the fight, because he doesn't want, as you get older, you don't want the pace of the fight to get away from you.
And of course, Lara, another graduate from the Cuban School of Boxing, and when I asked him specifically what that meant, he said it's all about class, skills, heart, and smarts. And he possesses all of those attributes. 15 seconds left in the opening round. Castano looking for a route to the inside, but being thwarted by the jab of Lara. And Lara putting together a combination. Right hook, cuffs Castano, but Castano coming forward.
Oh, look at the keys to victory for these two.
First round, Lara's digging his ass to some shots.
The jab is important if he wants to establish that punch to control the range. Needs to stay off the ropes.
Castano's game, though. You could tell he's seasoned because he's definitely aware of the southpaw stance. He's trying to keep his foot on the outside, but Lara's just really skilled.
As for Brian Castano, get on the inside, which he was able to do on some occasions in that first round, and then use combinations. He is a combination puncher. That's why he averages 77 punches per round. And doubling with the left hook. You must do that.
Who, Luis Ortiz? Nah, he didn't knock him out. They went the distance. He won unanimous.
Against him have done that.
This is round number 2. Castano at 29. He started boxing at the age of 6, had his first amateur fight at 11, and had a lot of amateur experience. Over 190 fights in the unpaid ranks, including impressive wins over Errol Spence Jr. and Sergey Derevyanchenko, as you mentioned at the top of the telecast. Al, that's quite the pedigree.
Yeah, that is that, along with the fact that when you look at him, he knows how to fight, tells you that he is someone who belongs in the upper echelon of this division in some fashion.
Of course, Lara, Paulie, no slouch in the amateur ranks.
And as most Cubans will tell you.
And there's Castano attacking the body with the right hand. Lara on that back foot, flashing the jab. Looking to establish his balance. Disrupt Castano's rhythm.
You know, Castano has not been able to just attack with abandon here. Lara has held his ground, much like he did against her.
Lara shoots that left hand, man.
Her, and maybe a decision tonight, or maybe at 35, he just isn't gonna move around like he used to.
And Lara's 1-2 continues to pay dividends against Castano. Castano utilizing some head movement, slips to his left before launching the right counter left by Lara through the guard.
Lara very disciplined with his style too. You know, he never really lets go of anything more than 2 or 3 shots.
And he's so accurate with this one too.
Yeah, because he throws 2 or 3 the most. he never lets the combination get away from him, and that allows him also to stay balanced.
Lead right hook, counter right by Castano.
Sometimes we try to put too many punches into one combination.
Lara wraps up immediately once they get inside.
Takes what he sees.
You know, we talk about people being volume punchers, and Castano in his case is, but so far in this fight, only 22 punches in this round, only a total of 59 thrown so far. When you face a master boxer, volume punchers often become non-volume punchers.
And that master boxer schooled again 330 amateur fights for Lara.
330.
There's a pressure that wants to throw all the punches. He wants to put you under duress, but if you control that distance, he just cannot get the punches off because he's too far away.
Again, Lara initiating the skirmish with the combination, and then it's Castano punching his way out of the
And that's what he needs to do on the inside. He's ripping that left hook to the body. He's got to continue to do that and try and double it to the head.
He has to seal that high guard because that left hand of Lara is splitting his guard, and Castano getting more aggressive to the body.
And he's not accepting the clinches Lara's trying to initiate when he gets too close.
And there's Castano landing a short left hook upstairs, but Lara again comes back calm, cool, and collected. Good stuff through two.
A little fight, a little fight.
Deep breath. Listen. Don't let this guy push you fast, okay? Keep taking your time. Okay? You backing him up, keep backing him up behind your jab.
Brooklyn's Paulie Malignaggi on the broadcast in Bali. Some BK brothers in the house with Peter Quillen and Zeb Judah.
Only right if this fight's in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn brothers come out.
You had a memorable night with Zeb Judah here in the Barclays Center.
Yeah, me and Zeb have headlined here once or twice, even against one another.
You were on the first show, Barclays Center, October 2012, against Pablo Cesar Cano.
Yes.
Man,
seems like so long ago.
It's incredible. 7 years, almost 7 years, over 6 years now.
You've been putting up with us for a long time at ringside, too.
Yeah. I think I prefer it out here at this point.
That ages you as well.
It's round 3.
Round 3. Scheduled
Round
for
3.
12 in the 154-pound division, and again, so much talent at the top. Tony Harrison, new champ, upsetting Jamel Charlo. Jared Hurd, of course, who defeated ERISLANDY Lara, and he's now the unified champion. And of course, Jaime Munguia, young champion on the rises. Castano wants to prove his worth.
Yeah, it's just a very good, it has been a good division for a while and continues to be. Now, when Castano gets in this position, he's underusing his jab to get himself inside. He's going to need to try and use that just to get himself there.
And Lara going to the body with his combination, avoiding that sweeping right hand by Castano, and Lara comfortable under open now, the clinch again.
Lara's brilliant. Lara's brilliant at deadening the action by holding the just a moment or two there after.
Really smart, very smart.
Progression of punches by his opponent.
And there's Castano again trying to go to the body.
Nice body shot by Castano.
Blows, but then Lara again keeping him at distance as a right hand over the top by
Castano. Better start grabbing.
Except the clinch is
That's
why Castano was able to get some punches.
And this is what Castano has to do, put the pressure, just like Jared Hurd did mercilessly.
He's good at it when he gets in his rhythm.
But he's, as we mentioned, not the size of a Jared Hurd.
He can't waste when he gets into distance because it's difficult enough to get into range when you're fighting Lara, who's so good at maintaining the range he wants. When you finally do get into range, you cannot afford to waste it, so you cannot accept the clinches, and you have to make sure you get your shots off.
Castano's having a pretty good round here, though.
He's winning this round.
Delivering combinations, couple of nice left hooks to the body by Castano, but again, okay, nice right hand upstairs by Castano. But you don't see the look of concern on ERISLANDY Lara, able to stay calm and cool, and he's coming back with combinations of his own.
But Castano's winning this round, in my opinion. He's doing it with body work and some good shots to the head as well.
And there's that, the round has been punctuated by his left hooks to the body.
So he's trying to cut the ring off very well. and giving Lara less and less time in between exchanges.
And Lara has himself in the corner before he comes out with a combination of his own.
And that's what a boxer wants to do. He wants to, be able to, especially as you get older, you try to use your craftiness to try to give yourself little breaks in between exchanges.
Trap, and now both of them exchange in the center of the ring.
Castano's doing a great job of not accepting those punches right now.
Couple of left hooks upstairs by Castano, so a gritty round for the undefeated Argentine.
Making a tough fight for Lara now.
That's the way. That's the way.
Starting to rough Lara up a little bit now.
Here's what ERISLANDY Lara wants to do and can do. First, where there's action on the inside, and then Lara is able to hold and eventually get the referee in there. But later we'll see how Castano doesn't accept this. He's going to try to hold him after a sequence here. And then Castano, here's where he tries to hold him. What does Castano do? He gets out of there and throws a nice right hand. So that is in microcosm what this fight is going to be.
He's not letting Lara hold him.
Moving ahead to the fourth round, scheduled for 12 at 154 pounds. Castano coming from a boxing family. His older brother Brian, a super welterweight prospect, Alan, and his dad, Carlos, who's also his trainer, was a professional welterweight. And Castano's had issues cutting weight in the past. In fact, he was in serious trouble trying to make the 147-pound welterweight limit. Ended up dehydrated, rushed to hospital, and then had panic attacks and worked with a psychologist for over a year and a half to overcome those panic attacks.
Yeah, it was a daunting experience for him, and he had to get past it.
And here he is, trying to get past one of the best at 154 pounds. Counter left by Lara.
Lara is backing himself into the ropes a lot in this.
I thought he was trying to set a trap, but I think it's just a case of trying to avoid the pressure of Castano, right, Al?
Yeah, and I think we have a different ERISLANDY Lara now, from now on. He's a gritty competitor in there, and he can fight on the inside. We saw it against Hurd. He can battle, but we're not going to see the ERISLANDY Lara that flies around that ring. I don't think we're going to see him anymore.
He knocked Castano momentarily off balance with a counter left hand. What has impressed you the most out of Castano thus far, Paulie?
Oh, his relentlessness. He's not taking no for an answer. Obviously, he has that youthful excitement, youthful enthusiasm, and it's a lot harder to break a guy's spirit when he's young and undefeated like this.
Lara stumbling, and now Castano putting the pressure on ERISLANDY Lara, going to the body.
And there's the uppercut of Castano. It's a tremendous punch for him if he can continue to use it. Lara's still counter-punching well, but just not as well as he did in the first round.
Final 60 seconds of the fourth. Lara lip and then try to initiate the clinch, and as we've made the point throughout the fight, Castano having none of it, although now Lara may be getting into an exchange here with Castano.
It's going to get interesting late in this fight if this pace keeps up. This current pace, if Lara is able to withstand this and what he's got left late in the fight, because again, he's an older veteran guy. He's got a lot of mileage on the odometer. We'll see if Castano keeps forcing this. I like to see the last third of the fight could get very difficult for Lara.
It's getting difficult for Lara now.
And of course, how can you not lose a part of your soul in that pitched battle, the fight of the year against Jared Hurd? Oh, nice shot by Castano to punctuate the round.
Hey, listen. The guy just walking straight to you. So you're walking right into the jab. So keep using your jab. When he close, you gotta dig the body a little more.
A couple of moments for that last round. Castano attacking.
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. It's a good fight so far.
There's the uppercut.
Fifth round. We got it 2 rounds to 2. Castano won the last 2 rounds. Lara won the first 2.
To the body. Those are the staples of what his attack needs to be. And again, Lara getting on the ropes. Not everything landing, but enough getting through to make a difference for Castano. And you see some of the swelling underneath the right eye of Lara.
This is round 5. Lara's trainer, Ronnie Shields, the former #1 ranked super lightweight contender, telling Lara that he has to keep using the jab, but when Castano is close, Lara needs to go to the body.
So, we talked about volume punches. First 2 rounds, Castano averaged 41 punches per round. The last 2 rounds, he averaged exactly his normal average, 77 punches per round. And in the last round, you see,
muted offense.
Muted offense by Lara. He wasn't accurate, and he wasn't able to get off as many punches.
And Castano again continues to bring the fight to the southpaw Lara. Lara utilizing his jab, trying to keep Castano from launching an attack.
See the consistent coming off the ring, and that's not just the physical pressure by Castano. Obviously, we see the bringing on the physical pressure when he's on top of Lara, but also it's mental pressure because you're constantly finding less and less escape routes when you're trying to move around the ring. So it starts to put mental anguish on you. You realize you have to fight more and more, and you start thinking about the fact that the pace gets away from you.
Lara's just fine with the jab arm punch by Castano. And there's a counter left hand by Lara, but Castano continues to walk down the former 154-pound titleist. Lara, nice straight left down the middle by Lara. Short left uppercut on the inside, but Castano with that high guard catching a lot of those shots.
Castano's offense has not been dramatic in this round, though. He's only thrown 27 punches, and he hasn't landed a lot. So in this round, Lara's been able to counter him a little bit better.
I think Lara's winning this round.
Yes, precisely.
There's a left hook on the break by Castano. Lara moving to his left. Final minute of the 5th. A short left uppercut to the body by Lara.
I think Lara will be well set to use some of those shots as well. Slow down that pressure of Castano.
There's a 1-2 from Lara that scores.
It's been a pretty good comeback round for Lara, I thought. Close round, but still one that he showed he's right there.
Again, the left hand right down the middle, splitting Castano's guard. Castano has Lara along the ropes, but not firing off any punches. Now following Lara, and Lara now throwing punches in combination. And Castano, there is at the right range, mid-range to launch the combination. Left hook to the body lands for Castano. And now Castano again with a barrage of blows has Lara cornered. But Lara comes back with a short left to the body and a combination. So good stuff here in the final seconds of the 5th.
Castano's putting on the pressure, but Lara's landing the cleaner punches.
This 4-part Showtime original series explores the legalization of sports gambling following a landmark 2018 Supreme Court decision lifting the ban on sports betting. Do not miss Action. Premiering Sunday, March 24th, only on Showtime. And something tells me we're going to be seeing a lot more action if that last round was any indication.
Lara against the ropes, and Castano putting a lot of pressure on him. Short right hand getting in. We saw the left hook starting to land to the body again. That was something Castano got away from early in the round.
One punch to all of that, though.
This was a very close round. Lara doing some good work.
Lara's stunning.
Punching off the ropes, countering, and Castano with pressure. This is what I think we're going to see in this fight, and it's going to be very exciting as we continue on.
This is round 6, scheduled for 12 in the 154-pound weight class. Brian Castano, the biggest fight of his burgeoning career. Just his 16th professional outing, all 15 victories, with 11 coming via form of knockout for ERISLANDY Lara. This is his 31st fight as a professional. He's got 25 victories.
So Castano normally lands 52% of his power punches, which is everything other than the jab. Tonight he's landing at 29%, but that's a little more than what people normally land against Lara, which is 26%.
There's Lara again attacking the body with the jab and then the left hand.
The corner of Castano telling him to keep the pressure on Lara. They think he doesn't like the pressure and doesn't like the body pressure as well.
And there is Castano putting the pressure on Lara. There's a left hook that scored behind the glove, and now Castano launching another left hook at Lara, saying, I'll take all of it. And there's Lara going to the body with the right hand.
You know, the problem with Lara doing that kind of rope-a-dope thing is this is a young fighter who, as we said, averages a lot of punches per round. He won't get tired keeping throwing those punches.
Yeah, and they'll also only get
the hook on it, Lara. Yes. Yeah, man. Put the uppercut on it.
And I never want to accuse ERISLANDY Lara being predictable, but it's that 1-2. There was that pattern almost walling Castano, but Castano bringing the fight to Lara, breaking his timing.
The left hook now is a big weapon for Castano. He's ripping it to the body.
And there is a mouse forming under the right eye of ERISLANDY Lara, courtesy of that sharp jab from Castano.
Lara was always a 1-1-2 kind of guy, but he had better legs to change range and give different looks at one time. So, you know, he can mix it with all those things, and the 1s and 1-2s would be better.
That left uppercut, that body shot to the...
That's what they need to do, because the dude is just coming in. Throw that uppercut.
But with less movement, obviously, he's got to add things like those body shots and even uppercuts on the inside. Yep.
He's gonna walk right into the uppercut every time.
30 seconds of the 6th. And Castano has Lara on the ropes. Lara utilizing the shoulder roll defense there. But got caught with the right cross and the left hook. Also lands for Castano upstairs. And these short punches are getting through. Castano goes to the body of Lara. Lead right hand landed for Castano.
Castano threw a nice combination.
And yet Lara going back upstairs, and Castano with another exchange.
Good fight.
Okay, how are you feeling? You feeling okay? You're doing well. You're doing well.
He don't even take his mouthpiece out.
The pressure is great. That's the way I want it. Keep pressuring him.
And speaking, really good combinations. Now, right there, I think he probably wanted to get that left hook in, but it was having such good effect. Instead of going with the left hook to the body, he was able to land those headshots.
And we are now beginning the second half.
Round 7.
12-round fight at 154 pounds.
I'm pretty even fight, man.
In the black and red trunks, while Brian Castano undefeated in the white and gold.
Normally, Lara's accuracy with his power punches, everything but a jab, is 49%. Tonight it's 31%. And part of that is the high guard that's very effective of Castano, and just the fact that Castano's been able to get inside.
Unofficial score, Steve Farad. How do you have it at the midway point?
I have it even, Mo. 57-57. Boy, that 6th round was tough.
Oh, 3 rounds to 3 is pretty even.
With his punches, I thought Castano did a lot of missing, but he's landing the heavier punches. So I have it 3-3. I think this is going to be decided in the second half.
There's again Lara going to the body, continuing to deliver the 1-2, and Castano just putting the pressure on Lara.
You know, Lara's gotten off to a good start here in this round, though, in terms of volume and accuracy as well, and he needed to do that.
Good counter left by Lara.
Yeah, if ERISLANDY Lara can establish some sort of distance, you know, he can give himself the time to give these sharp shots and be the sharpshooter. It's just Castano has to make decisions at times just to press the action and move forward and make this very physical fight. But at times, Lara almost has that snake charm about him where he kind of lulls you to sleep.
Yep.
Well put.
Letting the ring IQ, and yet Castano just continues to march forward. Lara on his back foot, putting himself in the corner, going to the body with the left hand. There's a jab from Castano. Double jab in the right, lands for Castano through Lara's guard.
Well, look at the total punches thrown in each round, and you can see that a slight edge to Castano overall, or to Lara overall.
To Lara.
And, you know, that's intriguing because Lara normally wouldn't throw as high a volume as Castano, but in this fight he's been forced to do that.
And the odds makers had difficulty picking a favorite as well. With ERISLANDY Lara, slight favorite, maybe due to the experience, but Brian Castano and ERISLANDY Lara in a tough one here tonight. Under 30 seconds left in the 7th. Lara with the
uppercut Lara.
And there's a counter punch that lands for Lara.
Coming over his head down like that.
Body shot by Lara, but Castano's walking him down into the corner. There's a double right hand. Castano throwing punches in bunches.
Give that round to Lara.
Boxing is the key to it all. Just don't stand still on the rope from you, okay? Everything else is good. Just don't stay on the rope, okay? Keep using the jab, just keep throwing 1-2s at him all day. Just come back with the jab. Once you let the 1-2 go, come back with that double jab. Keep stepping around. Don't stay in one spot. Keep stepping around this guy, okay?
At the end of the round, there was a little activity that may have come after the round. Listen to the bell. And that left hand came afterwards, but ERISLANDY Lara said, oops, sorry about that.
Round number 8. Scheduled for 12 in the 154-pound weight class. Brian Castano.
Round 8.
Putting his undefeated
Good fight.
on the line in his toughest
Action-packed fight.
test yet against the crafty.
I make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in.
Lara trying to bounce back from that brutal fight of the year against Jared Hurd. Took some extra time off, said he felt no ill effects from that outing, but Paulie, you've been in tough battles as well. You survived your Miguel Cotto fight, went on to become a 2-division champion, and you talk about fights like the fight against Hurd and what it does to a fighter.
Yeah, and of course at a certain age as well, you know, it can have a more debilitating effect. Later on in your career, you have those kind of fights. You know, early on, you know, if you're mentally strong, a lot of times you can come back. You haven't taken enough damage in your career, but then you have those kind of battles later on in your career. You want to try to avoid them because it's a lot harder to come back, not just psychologically, but also physically.
Castano missing. Lara backing up into the corner. Al, the record's past round 7. A lot more experience, of course, for ERISLANDY Lara.
Absolutely. Now, he comes in off a very tough... Castano comes in after getting the D2, as you pointed out, right at the end of their 12-round fight. You know, Castano's having a pretty good round here, but he has made a serious mistake in the last 3 rounds. He is not going to the body as much, and he is very seldom throwing that left hook to the body in the last 3 rounds. If he continues to not do that, this fight could easily slip away from him.
No knockdowns thus far in this fight. Castano has been down once back in November of 2016 against Emmanuel De Jesus, a right hand in the 2nd round. And of course, Lara, he's been down 3 times, including in his last fight in the 12th and final round against Jared Hurd. And now Castano going to the body, Al.
Yep. Castano's right at that range where he just moves his hands and throws those heavy shots. And he's got the short arm, so on the inside he does make space on final spots.
By Lara. Nice right uppercut and followed by a right hand left hook. So nice combinations by Castano. Under 30 seconds left in the 8th round.
And you know, they're good counter punching as well for Lara. So these fights, you got to pay attention to
sharp left hands, and Lara begins.
Sit down. Let's see what's going on here. You got to keep throwing the left.
So they tell Castano what I said, which is throw the left hand more. This was both men landing, throwing left hands, a good straight jab by Castano. And then Lara landing what was probably the most eye-catching punch of that round, a good straight left hand later on in the round. A round in which I thought Castano did some very good work, though, especially when he had Lara on the ropes.
That's too far in between.
With a self-high five as we begin round 9 of this 154-pound contest, as Castano and Lara continue to try to find the route to victory here, as Lara continue to utilize the 1-2 from his optimal range, and Castano obviously wants to continue to pressure, continue to find his way in close and work the body, but Lara keeping him at bay here. Unofficial score, Steve Farman, after 8 rounds, has Lara up by 2, having given the Cuban fighter the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, because Castano's not doing shit.
I disagree with my friend Steve Farhan, but I might in the last round. I thought maybe Castano might have gotten the edge because of the body work.
He didn't get the edge. He waited too long to do anything.
I guess, Paul, you and I are going to be calling an extra fight tonight.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's the kind of fight that where some of these rounds are very close, and it's more of a matter of what you like.
Yep. Double jab by Lara, and really wanting to use that to effect here early in round 9 as Castano lunging now.
You see, at this distance, Lara is also resting. He's trying to use a lot of decoy things, not just to set up offense, but also to make Castano think there's more danger there than actually is, just so he can rest a little bit.
Lara, sharp shooter, and getting the better of Brian Castano early in round 9 before Castano goes to the body, and those punches upstairs blocked by Lara's glove.
See, and everything starts with the left hook. When he threw that left hook, Castano, then he could throw the rest of those punches. When he doesn't lead off with that punch, he can't throw those combinations.
And a lot of those punches not effective. It's ERISLANDY Lara's been more accurate and effective in this round. There's Castano cuffing Lara to the head upstairs. Castano ripping the left hook to the body.
Gotta punch when you go there, Lara.
There's a right to the body, and Castano now working the body effectively. Less than a minute left in the 9th.
That body work for Castano sets everything up. And you want to do that against a 35-year-old fighter, especially when you still have rounds to go in this fight.
There's a straight left through the guard by Lara, and then the check right hook on the exit.
Those combinations by Lara gives him a chance to escape and go find some space, and he's good at doing it.
Again, the left hand splits Castano's guard. It's Lara putting together the 1-2, and Castano coming in, but just throwing punches, not really placing his punches, Paul.
No, but I think he's just trying to overwhelm him.
Yeah, now that's what he's doing.
Much better body work, though, this round by Castano. It's a close round.
Those are forced Lara to work there.
Good fight. I give that round to Castano. Lara kind of slowed down.
All right. Look. Keep laying the jab out on him, okay? You got to keep laying the jab out on him. I don't know how scared of the left hand at the body and at the top, okay? But you got to keep it there. Stay off of these ropes from me, okay? That's all I need you to do. Stay off of these ropes. And
When Lara can get that left hand in, he's using the jab as a nice range finder. And the right hook as well, and then gets that straight left hand in. And then Castano, when he's on the inside, I mentioned the uppercut's a good punch, ripping the left hook, and then he's going to rip a shot to the body here. That's what starts things off for him. That's what gets him in a position where he can throw other combinations.
Round at number 10 in the 154-pound fight as Castano left his corner without his mouthpiece. he may be forced to bite down on that gum shield as we head to the final rounds of this fight, as Lara quickly trying to establish the jab again. The Castano walking down again. Lara launches the left hand through the guard. And Castano just out of range with his right. After 9 rounds, our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood, has Lara up by 3 points. And he must like the accuracy of ERISLANDY Lara. But now Castano trying to rough Lara up on the inside using those short inside uppercuts.
Castano came out fighting like he read him in his falling scorecard.
And good body work there by Lara as well.
And Castano trying to mix it up now, utilizing the uppercuts more, and Lara just pawing away with the jab, using it as a blinding weapon, a rangefinder before launching the left hand.
We talked about Castano being the volume puncher, but Lara has matched him punch for punch in terms of number thrown. He's ahead by about 20 punches in terms of what's thrown in this fight.
And Lara backing Castano up.
Yeah, for the first time in this fight.
Midway through round 10.
And then he backs up. You're backing the guy up, and then you back up. That's one of the things that frustrates me about Lara. He's just not aggressive enough.
They have to assume if he's winning this fight, he's pressuring.
He's the younger fighter at 29 years of age in his 16th professional outing. He knew coming in what Lara's credentials are. He said that Lara moves around the ring very wisely, has great timing on the counter punch. We've seen that. We've seen Lara effectively utilize the jab here.
These rounds have all been, I think, pretty close, but it's just, as Paulie pointed out, it's a question of whether you think enough body work and pressure from Castano's won some of these rounds, or the counter-punching of Lara, and actually some of his body work, which you just showed
and there's some body work, both of them.
Yeah.
And here's a good exchange
Now
down
they're going inside. So throw Lara. You hit him with a hook, and then he stops throwing punches.
This is why this fight's been an entertaining one to watch.
Clubbing right hand behind the head of Lara to get an exchange with Lara on the ropes.
Lara's had a good left uppercut to the body that's done well as well.
Oh, good combination by Lara. Well, Saturday, April 13th at 8 p.m., it's the premiere of The Resurgence, DeMarcus Cousins. This feature-length documentary chronicles the grueling comeback from a career-threatening injury and pending free agency of one of basketball's biggest stars. Don't miss it. Premieres Saturday, April 13th. The Resurgence, DeMarcus Cousins on Showtime.
Well, the body work of both men has been extraordinary. There's a nice uppercut on the inside by Castano, and Lara going downstairs very effectively, and then Castano taking his turn to rip. Again, there's that uppercut, and that's been a good weapon for him. And the body work of Lara.
And Lara hits him with good punches, and then he stops punching.
It's been a pitched battle in spots.
And we are headed to the championship rounds. ERISLANDY Lara with
He keeps his opponents in the fights by not being aggressive.
Wanting to earn a legitimate title opportunity in 150.
He's always the cleaner puncher. He just doesn't punch enough.
For one of the alphabet organizations. And we are going to see what these two warriors are made of as they will display their mettle here in round at number 11. Castano walking forward. Steve Farhood, how do you have it on your unofficial scorecard?
These are close rounds, but I have Lara winning. The reason I've given Lara the last 4 rounds, clean, effective punches.
Not the last 4 rounds.
And he's done some good body work as well. I just find his work more consistent, and I think he's landing the cleaner shots.
And while you were talking, Castano showing some impressive work before Lara comes back with some short shots on the inside.
And there was the Lara uppercut, which we talked about at the beginning of the fight. He hasn't used it as much as I thought he might, but when he has, it's been effective.
Paulie, you're in Castano's corner, theoretically. What does he need to do to impress the judges and get back into this fight if Steve Farhad's unofficial scorecard is accurate?
I mean, obviously he's got to get inside and move his hands, but a lot of times he's getting inside and he's smothering himself, or he's allowing Lara to smother him. You know, so I think maybe using the jab a little better on the way in can establish just enough distance for him to get better leverage on his shots. I think sometimes he gets in too close, or he gets in close behind nothing when he should be using the jab, and so he allowed Lara to just step in and smother him.
And of course, this could be very, very close on the judges' scorecards because of the type of action that we are seeing unfolding, and a good round for Castano here in the 11th.
He's having a very good round, I think. And look, both men doing such good body work there. Napoli's point is so salient. There's the jab of Castano. If he used it a little bit more, he would. I agree with Paulie.
Uppercut, Lara.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a
wow, Castano ripping left hooks to
throwing some nice shots.
putting together effective combinations.
Yeah, just enough to establish some proper distance so you get more leverage on your shots.
Both of them have been in the deepest waters. And both of them summoning their inner resolve here in the 11th. 40 seconds remaining in the round, and at close quarters, both of them firing off shots.
Castano's had a very nice round, but Lara not conceding it by still throwing good counter punches.
A close encounter, the 154-pound kind of folding at Barclays Center, and it's Castano again trying to overwhelm Lara. Lara weathering the storm, flashing the jab, putting together his own combinations, but he's penned in along the ropes, going to the bodies, Lara. Castano responds, going upstairs, uppercuts on the inside. Plenty of action here in round 11.
It's a nice round of boxing.
Good fight.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Nice round. How are you feeling? Listen to me some. When I say we need to pressure, this is the last round. Let's go with some bombs.
On outside, use the jab, keep using the jab, okay? You gotta keep using the jab.
Need to use that uppercut now. He's right there. He's open for the uppercut.
Let's go.
The 12th and final round, and you never know, the fight could hang in the balance with all due respect to our estimable unofficial score, Steve Farhad.
Many of those rounds were close. I believe that the key mistake that Castano made for a number of rounds was not staying with the left hook to the body. In that last round, he used it a lot. It opened up all those other flurries and all those other punches.
Lara launching the counter left, and Ronnie Shields, Lara's trainer, saying continue to use the jab. Meanwhile, Castano's corner saying you got to throw bombs, and Castano working his way inside, launching punches and bunches. Lara on the ropes. On the way, beautiful defense exhibited by Lara to avoid Castano, and then he picks him off. Left hook to the body by Castano as they clinch.
Need to work inside, Lara. Can't give away all the work.
And this fight has been really exactly what I think we kind of thought it was going to be.
Slow
We
down
didn't think
now,
Lara
punch.
would be the mover like he has been in the past, and we knew Castano would continue the pressure, and he's done that.
But he's been able to be effective.
Yes, he
can find
has.
the standing position.
Absolutely.
And despite taking a lot of the pressure from Castano, he's been able to land some very sharp shots.
Yeah, as he was against Hurd, he was very effective in the pocket, even though he took punishment.
Of course, Castano would like to repeat the high drama, the 12th and final round of his last fight in France against Frenchman Cedric Vito, where he stopped him. Of course, ERISLANDY Lara at a different level, championship pedigree, absorbs more body blows, and then the Castano going upstairs, short right uppercut on the inside.
Castano's having a very good 12th round for the most part.
and Castano not giving him an opportunity to relax. And Lara again going upstairs with the left hand, and Lara wanting to clinch, trying to smother the offense of Castano. Final 60 seconds of the fight. And Castano keeping Lara on the ropes. Over 1,600 punches thrown.
They have been busy and for the most part effective.
45 seconds left in the fight. Castano walking down Lara. Castano wanting to punctuate his performance, but Lara fighting off Castano in exchange, and Castano backing up the Cuban. They continue to exchange punches. The crowd here at Barclays.
Good fight coming down the stretch. Y'all hit the like button if y'all are in here, man.
The less pretty it is, the more Castano likes it.
And Castano continuing to throw punches. Has he done enough to remain undefeated? Or will ERISLANDY Lara bounce back from a loss of the fight of the year?
Castano definitely won that round.
Crowd celebrating both fighters' performance.
Good fight. Call it a draw. Good fight. They both jumping up on the rope like they won. No AB moment here. You could give it to either one of them.
This was a pitched battle. When Castano was able to pressure Lara and rip those left hooks to the body, and that would lead to combinations, he was very effective. Lara was able to, when he would keep him at range, was able to strand the straight left hand following the nice jabs and counterpunch off those ropes, as we see him doing here. The Lara jab and the straight left hand was a repeated theme in this fight. And just enough range helped Lara, but when he could get inside, and look at those left hooks to the body, those and were debilitating, and they would lead to left hooks to the head. But again, the repeated theme of Lara landing the jab and the straight left hand. This was action toward the end of the fight, and I'll tell you what, that was a wonderful match. You look at the numbers, show stats with more being landed by Castano, but again, you have to take that round by round and what rounds were they landed in, and obviously some of that's subjective, but we know both these fighters were very busy.
Clash of styles, the toughest test for Brian Castano, and he gained valuable experience in going the distance with ERISLANDY Lara. Lara looking to bounce back from the hard loss to Jarrett Hurd.
Now here we look at punches landed round by round, and if you accept this from show stats, it shows that more punches landed overall, but you have to look at it again, you have to look at it round by round, and you look at some of those middle rounds where ERISLANDY Lara did better, and the question is, in what round did you land more to get you the round? And there were no 2-point rounds in this fight.
All right, Jimmy Lennon Jr. has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a split decision. Here are the score totals.
It's a split. They're going to give it to Lara.
Morgan scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Brian Castano. Judge at ringside, John McKay, sees it 115 to 113 in favor of ERISLANDY Lara. Judge at ringside, Julie Letterman, scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a split decision draw.
Where's
Told you, call it a draw.
Where is he? He's the winner tonight. He predicted a draw, and that's what we get. The estimable prognosticator Erickson Lubin, and yet for ERISLANDY, Lara, the razor-thin decisions continue. A draw with Brian Castano, a tough fight to score.
Very difficult, and I don't know if anyone could be outraged over a draw because there were so many close rounds, and I thought that fight was just very close.
Yeah, Alan, I remember, you had disagreed with Steve's scorecard on a couple of rounds, and I think in the end, a couple of rounds was the difference in Steve's card as well. So, one of these fights that, could go either way, very close.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Mauro, thank you very much. A draw. ERISLANDY, your reaction to that? Felix De Jesus will translate.
Empate. ¿Cuál es tu reacción?
I told you guys it was going to be a draw.
Sinceramente fue una gran pelea, pero me vi ganador. Me vi ganando 8 rounds limpios fácilmente.
It was a great fight, but I see myself winning 8 rounds tonight.
Did you feel as though he was able to put continued pressure on that, and that may have affected the way the judges saw it?
Los jueces, ¿tú crees que cuando vieron la presión constante que él tenía, eso tal vez afectó un poco?
El hecho de la presión, el hecho de poder tener la presión que le ha hecho, hizo buen trabajo, pero no conectó mucho golpe. Yo vi los golpes más efectivos y más claros.
No, Mike, punches were much clearer, much effective, and he did have pressure, but I was dominating the pressure.
What did you expect coming into this fight?
¿Qué te esperaba para esta pelea?
No, yo esperaba eso. Yo sabía que estaba preparándose mucho tiempo para mí y hicimos la pelea y bueno, fue buena pelea.
No, I was expecting that. I was definitely expecting that. He was waiting a long time for this fight, and that's what I expected of this fight.
Una vez más demuestro que no te viejo, que estoy en talla.
And again, I am demonstrating that I'm not old. I'm still fine-tuned.
No, you're not old, but you had the fight of the year last year with Jared Hurd in that decision. Did that take anything out of you? Are you a different fighter now at all?
Tú no eres viejo, pero esa pelea definitivamente de Hurd como que te sacó algo. Si quieres pelear otra vez.
No, claro, yo sí tengo que pelear con él de nuevo, que tengo mi respeto, es un buen boxeador, es campeón ahora mismo y si hay que pelear de nuevo, peleamos con él de nuevo.
Yeah, no, if we have to fight against him again, I respect him, but if we have to fight again, I'll fight him.
So you'd like to fight him again, a rematch or Hurd?
Hey, you guys make sure you smash the like button before you leave. Subscribe to the channel because we cover all the fights.
Hurd or Castano, anybody, I'll have to rematch.
And just a lot of great boxing content on the channel.
We still need you to interpret. Hang on a second. Thank you, ERISLANDY. Your reaction, what did you think of the decision?
Tu reacción y qué piensas de la decisión?
Bueno, yo creo que fue una pelea muy buena.
He said, bueno, it's good.
Un choque de estilos. Yo sé que la gané yo la pelea. Para mí me robaron la pelea, pero bueno. Si quiere la revancha, se la doy. Porque realmente la pelea la gané y quiero hacer una revancha con él. Lo esperé un año, así que no tengo problema de esperarlo nuevamente, así que...
It was definitely a good fight. I think I won the fight. I think I was robbed. And definitely I prepared for it for a year. And if we need to have the rematch, I'll have the rematch with him. But I think I won the fight.
You were able to put constant pressure on him. Yet he was able to withstand it. Were you surprised that he was able to continually withstand your barrage?
Tú le pusiste constante presión. ¿Estás sorprendido que él mantuvo ahí todavía vigente y te boxeó bien?
Sí, sinceramente es un boxeador, como yo decía, un boxeador defensivo, elusivo, donde, bueno, sabíamos que teníamos que hacer un trabajo exigente como el que hicimos ahora. Obviamente me vi ganador, mucha gente lo vio. Pero bueno, peleas son peleas.
But it was a good fight, but neither one of them did enough to, outpoint the other one. I do think that Lara landed the cleaner shots throughout the course of the fight, but this guy just put on a lot of pressure.
We were against today, and it was a good fight.
Finally, rematch next. That'll be your next fight.
¿Esa sería tu próxima pelea, una revancha?
Sí, seguro. La revancha sería con él o con los otros campeones que vengan. Si él no quiere pelear, pelearé con Jorge, con Munguía, con los que vengan.
I welcome the rematch, and if he doesn't want to fight, I'll welcome anybody else to fight me.
All right, Brian, congratulations. You retained the title. Great fight tonight. We look forward to next time. All right, Mauro, back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. And Paulie and Al, unfinished business in the main event.
Yeah, I think that this...
So you guys make sure you smash on the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we cover all these fights. A lot of good boxing content on the channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. We're on the road to 10K.
All right, Paulie, before we get your comments, let's go to the official scoring. This is how the 3 judges saw it at ringside. Julie Letterman had it even.
I wouldn't say you got robbed.
Had it for Lara. Kevin Morgan had it for Castano. Bringing in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farland. Steve, your final tally.
Mo, I had a 115-113 Lara. Imagine another close fight for ERISLANDY Lara with a questionable decision.
I wouldn't say he got robbed, man. He needs to be more aggressive, man. He takes too much time off in the rounds. And he allows himself to be in fights like that because he's fighting that way. If he would throw 10, 15 more punches, you know, around, if he would have threw as much punches as Castano threw, he'd have won the fight.
I can't say there's one big takeaway. I'd like to see
saying, but he don't do enough, man. He doesn't. He's not aggressive enough.
Certain others fun styles, you know, you can make for some fun fights. And Lara seems to be getting more fun to watch as he's older because, you know, he still has the skills, but he can move less. So he's into more high contact fights. So I'd also love to see Lara again. So whether we get a rematch of these guys or we get to see them against other top 154-pound fighters, it's gonna be fun to watch.
I mean, he was backing the guy up, and then he starts backing up. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to put on the pressure, man.
All right, Mo.
It's a draw. It's a draw. Split decision draw.
I mean, he called this one to the T. You saw
pretty good fight.
Judges scored this fight. Let's take a look at Twitter here. 58%, 59% of you thought ERISLANDY Lara won this fight. 41% of you with Castano. Hey, stay with us. We're going to recap the night in just a moment. But first, here's what's coming up Sunday and the weeks ahead.
Yeah, it's a pretty good fight, though.
Showtime.
Look around. One of these things is not like the brothers.
No, Lara did land. He did land the cleanup punches. He did land the cleanup punches. I said that. He landed the cleanup punches throughout the course of the fight. But this guy just put on pressure. And when he's putting on the pressure, you know, Lara's not punching.
Money is the answer. Free money, free money, free money.
It's like this. Lara, the way he boxes, he looks like he's always in desperation. Like he doesn't box like, he looks like he's always in desperation. Like he's not like Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, you know, he's throwing his punches, boxing the shit out of him, moving, coming back, boxing, moving. No, he always looks like he's in desperation mode. So you know what I mean? Perception. Like you can't look like that. He always looks like he's fighting for his fucking life instead of fighting to win.
You were the most formidable opponent I ever had. You can't quit.
I can make you a legend. What do you need?
We'll take the rest of this ride together.
Oh, no. You're tighter than ACDC.
It's perception, man. Judges look at shit like that.
I want to hear me say this.
I'm gonna roll over you like it's Tiananmen Square.
That's all like Shaka Khan.
And I mean, I'm a Lara fan. Like, what about the Twitter percentage? What's Twitter got to do?
Listen, this one was exciting between Eduardo Ramirez, Brian DeGracia.
The Twitter's not the one judging the fight.
At one another. Then in the ninth, look at that uppercut. That was the difference maker because Ramirez went on the attack. And Eduardo Ramirez with a TKO in the ninth round. The co-main heavyweights. Luis Ortiz, Christian Hammer.
But I'm gonna get out of here. You guys smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna go do my post-fight thoughts, man. Thank you guys for joining the stream. It was lit. We'll be back for Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, and we'll be back for all the fights. So we'll be covering the fights before that. We on here. It's Real Life Boxing. That's what we do. Check the channel. A lot of good boxing content on the channel. Some amateur boxing content on the channel. You know what I mean? We go cover the amateur fights, the Golden Gloves. Some educational videos, how to fight a southpaw, using the jab. Go check the channel, man. It's Real Life Boxing. We out of here. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys.
He said this fight would end in the draw as well.
Otis Teron Spears, shout out. Sonia Maritas, Chicano Blues. Oh, y'all. Sarah Hunter, thank you guys for joining the stream. We out.
On Showtime and Show Extreme.